What's up, y'all? It is Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore the main menu from Glover. And this came to me as a suggestion from my brother, actually, and I thought this would be a good one to restore, as Glover is one of my favorites, and this is was always a good song from there, and it's possible to restore. I have all the samples for it, so let's. Now, Glover, for those that haven't watched me restore Glover before, Glover is quite unique in the sense that its music engine, um, basically, as it looks, as though you would input notes and then the engine would sort it out. And basically, it looks like they played it over MIDI, and if any notes were overlapping, then it would just sort it in whatever channel. So obviously, whenever you play a line on through MIDI, if you play it live, you're gonna some notes are gonna overlap. So what you end up with is just an engine that randomly sorts sounds into different channels. And so if you play most of these channels, you'll hear this. So this makes it a little bit hard to sort out, and that's what the bulk of the difficulty with restorations from Glover is, that most of the channels just have random sounds in them. But what makes it easier is that the game is practically composed in patterns. So there's a lot of internal repetition, and basically, even though this is a long sequence, we only really are gonna need to sort out 10% of this, and then just sequence it. So, with that in mind, the bass is mostly intact. So what I want to do then is take Contact, and then I'm gonna go to my. Do I have a Glover repository? I think I just switch between two of these mostly. So for this bass, I forget where it comes from, but I think it's Sample Cell. It's the upright bass IM. Okay, so mostly you have what looks like a lot of repetition here. At least 4 bars of repetition. Let's see. I think maybe this part doesn't really repeat. I think it's because it's live playing, so but he's playing the same line, but it is quite repeated quite often. It's just that the notes are subtly different because it's live playing. But I do believe it's at this point that it starts to be repeated. Or maybe not. Let's see, the ultimate test of that is going to be if we take this, Shift-I to invert it, and then if we layer this over, let's see what we get. Whoa. There's some little notes of other instruments invading in here. So I think what this means here is that, yeah, this is the point where it's repeated, because at this point everything is the same. So what we can do is undo that. And so then you see That's pretty much the point where it's all repeated. So if we shift invert it back, then and we copy this, but we have to leave out these notes here because those are from a different channel. So if we copy this, that's pretty much our bass line. Find first empty, call this bass. And then I want to move the contact channel up here. And this has to go down an octave. And that's the wrong key. Yeah, that should be right. Now, the only other problem here is it's way too loud. Now, the bass should peak at about 6, and now it's doing that, so that's good. Perfect. Okay, next channel. That's this whole mess right here. And let's see what people are. No. So anyway, so most of this at the beginning, at least, is the marimba. In fact, I don't think there's any marimba notes anywhere else. No, the marimba is all contained in here, which probably means they wrote it in this channel, and then it just didn't have to be filled over. So this line, I do believe, is the marimba. Okay, and then this is going to be a little bit harder, because this one's a lot of mixed in stuff. So if I Control Shift and select this and this, okay, so that's pretty simple. Okay, pretty much. That's about all there is I can see so far, so let's copy that. Find first empty, call this marimba. And now the marimba here is it's the Sound Canvas 88 marimba from Roland, which in turn is you can find a higher quality of in the Roland Africa CD, which I have already put into Donkey Kong 64 because it's the same one. I just can't remember if it's the bass marimba or because there's a bass marimba and a regular marimba. Both are a little bit different. But where is that? Is it not here? Did I pull that from somewhere else? Because that's a really popular marimba. Oh no, this is the wrong place. Okay. Bass marimba. Let's try bass marimba first. Why is that my arm hitting the thing? Oh, did I forget a note there? I think I missed a note. Hold on. Oh, I forgot all those A's. Hold on. Okay, so let's see now if we add in the marimba, like the regular marimba, and see if that matches better. and we're gonna put it on the same channel. I think that one matches better, yeah. Yeah, I think the regular marimba matches better. Nice. Okay, so of the massive other things we have in this channel, let's see, what else is there? So we also have a piano, and you can kind of see the outline of the piano here, where it's primarily playing G and D sharp. I think most of these, when you see a D sharp, it's going to be the piano, and it also goes from D as well. So I like doing the Glover restorations because it's almost like a puzzle, really, where you just put the pieces together over time. So if we copy that, and then I go find first empty, call this piano, and we head on over to contact, and then I'm going to set this to channel 3, Alt-C to change, and now we just have to get the piano track from the Glover thing. Glover folder. Why is this one saying empty now? Just ruined my contact is just like, it's bad in a lot of ways. And one way is that sometimes it'll randomly ruin your file, like your quick jump file thing. Let's see, piano. Yes, here we go. Okay, that's way too low. Okay, so the next, it's gotta have less release for sure. I don't want that filter on it. So let's turn down the release to something really low, like 100. And I don't think... Okay, here's more piano. Okay, and that's just the piano, more of the other piano. And then it's just repeats here from there on out, but let's see, there's the upper part here. Okay, so let's put that there and go Control up, up. And then we Alt-C to change that to channel 3. Okay, so that's all the piano in that track. So now we have some more in this one. And it looks like all the notes down here are also piano. So let's copy that and then go to the channel. Paste, Control up, up. and Alt-C to change. Okay. Okay, then we have more piano notes here. Looks like all these notes okay, and this note as well. Oh, all of these notes actually. Okay, so that would be it right there. I do believe this goes here. Okay, let me set this to be a bar snap and shit. Okay. Okay, so pretty much yeah, this part. Okay, and then Alt-C to change that. I think it's still a little too high. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Now, there's still a little bit on the end, so there's probably, like, missing. There's probably some more later here. Here it is. Nice. That pretty much will belong here. Let's see, control up, up, and then... You know what, I'm not... Oh yeah, I have to shift down. Yeah, I'm not actually so sure about where this one belongs. Yeah, I don't know about that. This, I think this one is also a repetition, actually. Yeah, this one's pretty much just a repetition of that. Welcome, Eduardo Espinoza. Now here, because there's two notes here, I kind of want to separate these and like make the supporting one a different like panning, so it gives it sort of stereo feeling. So I just separated that into, I put the bottom notes to channel 4, and then we'll add another piano here. And we will differentiate the panning slightly. Oh yeah, I also have to remove the release, or reduce the release from the second one. Nice. Okay, so the next order of business is that synth. There's like, I have one there. And I think I just have that one note, really. I think that's a repetition anyway, so it doesn't really matter so much, but for now, in this channel, I think we just have one note that's really important. So let's find first empty, call this synth. Or we can do that synth, so we can put all the synths into one pattern, possibly. So for that synth, I've already recreated that synth for other things, and it's not really a preset. It doesn't really seem to be a preset. It's probably a custom patch made on a Prophet 5 or something like that. But I did recreate it, and I think it's the downward motion. This one. Yep, that's it. One moment. Okay, so now let's see what the other channels have to say about this synth. I think the other channels have more. Okay, these notes definitely. This one too. Control Shift. Okay, pretty much that. And then we go and add that to the puzzle. I think FL Studio messed up my timing here. I'll have to go and estimate it. Ah, this one looks like it wasn't played live, but it was sequenced afterwards. Interesting. The rest of the lines have odd timing, like they were played live, but this one not so much. It looks more like it was sequenced. For the most part, anyway. Some of the durations are different. Or all of it looks like it was quantized, but the note durations, like the end point of the notes, are all different. So that points to maybe that they played it but quantized it. That's probably what they did. Anyway, let's see. Let's see what the next channel has to say about this. Okay, pretty much nothing else in that channel. Let me see. Ah, there's another line here. But it starts to go into a bass line here. Cool, so let's take that and put that at the end of the line. And again, FL Studio, oh, it doesn't actually ruin it, it just puts it a bar too late. Nice. Smooth, okay. So now, let's check these 3 lines and let me make sure that I've got the right sort of line. Yeah, that sounds right. Let me check the next part. Yeah, pretty much, that's correct. Okay, so the next thing is the drums, which there's some of in the other channel, but let's go in order with these. Good morning, Eduardo. Welcome. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so let's see. We have a crash here. I already know what drums are in here. First of which you have is the crash. And that is pretty much, it's like a straight, like no, like the dynamics are ruined, so you have to re-add the fade out. Like that, by turning the out knob, and okay, so it's in a different pattern pretty much. And I think this is like I do with most of the crashes, I think we can put that in the playlist rather instead. We can save that for the end. So the drums that we have here are the Rap 808 kick, closed hi-hat, open hi-hat, and the 808 snare, and yeah, pretty much just that. So the full breadth of the drums are as the rap drums are as follows. And this is might be a little bit difficult to program because some of them are in here. The hi-hats are spread all over the place. And I would program these manually, but there's specified velocity levels. So it looks like I'm gonna have to go through this line by line and just grab the notes. So it looks like this one, if I go to like none here, or go to step. No, that's a piano. Where's the... Where's the hi-hat? I hear a hi-hat there. There must be another channel in here. I forgot to mute. Ah, yes, here it is. Okay, there's a snare here. So there's that. Let's see. There's a hi-hat. Pretty much all of the drums are going to be at just regular C. Okay, so I'm going to copy that snare. It'll just be that for now. Let's find verse empty, call this drums. And then pretty much this can be called just snare. We'll paste that there. And then I need to get all the other snares that exist. Right now I'm going to focus on snares. Okay, so this is a snare. Okay, so that's all for that. Let's see. Just that one note, really. Okay, good, just making sure that's the real timing. Okay. Pretty much they just have one second, they just have one snare. There's probably another channel where most of the snares are. Since the velocities are different, it's important that I capture each. Here it is. Oh, we have some piano notes here. I don't know if I have those. Okay, that'll do for now. What is that? Like, what are you doing? What in the world? The studio really needs to change its system of like copy and pasting. Lovely. Okay, let's check the other channels. It looks like it continues here. And I thought the other wood channel was on bar 2. I guess I might have had it wrong. Oh no. Okay, so copy this, and then let me see. What's the deal with those other bars? Oh, this is like way later on. Yeah, that's at bar 4. Right, that tracks. So it looks like, no, wait. Yeah, pretty much that whole 8 bars is unique. So it seems like what they do is just do 8 bars of like live play 8 bars of everything. So that's all the snares. Now let's go for the hi-hats. Oh yeah, I still have that other channel enabled. Okay, so I'm not hearing any, or seeing any, let's see. Oh, there's one hi-hat. And another one. Probably all these C's are hi-hats. Okay, so that's part of it, and this starts on bar 3. So let's go now to closed hi-hat. And it looks like FL Studio put these in the wrong place on the bar. Surprise, surprise. Let me look at what part of the bar they were supposed to be in the first place. It's supposed to be on beat 4. Okay, maybe it didn't. Maybe I actually did put it in the right place. But oh yeah, because some of the drums are going to be over each other. That's right. Okay, so now fortunately we know that almost all of the time the drums are going to be on C. Okay, there's a long hi-hat, so we can ignore that for now. Okay, so that's all for that part. And let's call this closed hi-hat. Okay, so next channel. Pretty much all is just all the C's here. Okay, here's where some fun stuff starts happening. Okay, and I have to come back. I really should come back to those. Really should come back to those piano notes to make sure that I didn't forget them. Nice. Okay, so this starts. These piano notes start on bar 3. Paste and then control up, up. Okay, I do have them. Oh wait, no, I don't have them. Hold on. Because this is supposed to be... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's not... Those single notes actually shouldn't be single notes. And this should all be... And I think that these actually should be down here, maybe. Yeah, that better. I remember that. Whoops. Okay, now I just need the two that are in the beginning here. That shouldn't be hard to find. I think they would be they would be in on C, so that's probably why it slipped under my radar. Ah, here. Ah, here it is. That's one of them. Now, where's the one that goes there? So it would be somewhere here. I know the exact moment that it occurs, I just don't know what channel it happens in. Maybe this is it. But this is the top note, I think. That's the top note. Where's the bottom note? That might be it right there. Don't I have that note? I guess not. Oh wait, I forgot I split this line up. To 5. Wait a second. Oh, I put them there. One of them has to go to 3 actually. And there's another note that's supposed to go up here. Like for these little upper notes. So that would be there. And it would be something like, because this was bottom note was a D sharp, so that means it's a major third up, which means that I'm looking for not C but D sharp, like a D sharp note. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's an F note. Yeah, it's probably these Fs right here. So if we paste those here, oops, FL Studio is going to put it in the wrong place. So we put those in major third down, and then we move them over here. Then we get, and we send them to channel 3. There we go. Now we have the full complete line, it looks like. Nice. Oh, you know what? I had the line wrong. It's supposed to be, I need the top note for this. This is just the same as the as that note. which explains why it was the same velocity. For this moment, I need the top note. Which would be, it would be a G in the game, or a G sharp or something like that. Ah, here it is. And this will need to go to channel 4. Nice. And look at that, wouldn't you know it, this line is, it looks like this line is actually, no wait, it actually is repeated, it looks like. Yeah, it actually is an 8-bar loop. Because if you move this over, you get different lengths and different velocities. Even though they're the same notes pretty much. Nice. Okay, so if we hit, moving on back to drums, which I don't exactly remember which line I left off at. I think I had just finished this one. Oh yeah, because this was the one where I had some Rogue piano notes. So I want to start on this one. Okay, copy that, and then we will go to drums, closed hi-hat. Put that there, but it looks like FL Studio is still just going to weird places with the pasting. And so I know that, no, absolutely. Okay, so this is probably the beginning because that's the proper length. Okay, so but we still have some missing pieces, namely something that's, let's see. We need hi-hats that are supposed to start here. So let's go and look for what channel starts with. Not this one. Not this one. Maybe this one. Oh, that's a snare. Maybe there's just no hi-hats there. Let me see if when I enable the full thing, if I hear hi-hats. Oh, this thing is making... Is this supposed to be high? No, this is more tambourine. Yeah, we don't care about that. So it looks like there actually are no hi-hats inside. Okay, so I think there's just some holes in there. Well, there's still definitely some to go that I'm missing, so. Although, I think that hole might be filled by the long hi-hat. Okay, so then let's go get the look at the hi-hat, the long hi-hats, or open hi-hats. Oh, did I get those hi-hats? I wonder. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, nothing here for the open hi-hat. Here's one. And there's one there. I do believe. Good. Okay, let's call this open hi-hat. Okay, and this will have to be sustained by the note. Good. Okay, so this... Okay, so... None here. I think this is one here. Nice. Okay, that ought to be all of them. Except the first one. There's got to be one in the first channel still. The first bar, I mean. And the fourth. And the last one. Or maybe that's... I think that's filled in by the snares, actually. You just need the first bar, really. Oh, I think here's something interesting. Yep, there we go. Just this one note here. Interesting. There's definitely some holes here that I need to fill. But we'll get the rest of the line first. So next up is kicks. Oh, you know, this might be something here. No, this is just... This would be too far. Okay, we got a kick here. Oh, that's another channel, actually. I have another channel enabled. Ah, here we go. Okay. There's a kick there. Okay, so that's the only kick in that one. Let's call this kick. Enable it and paste that there. Okay, nothing there. Okay, lots of kicks there. Okay, that's all. The rest is over the 8-bar wall. Okay, let's send this to bar 2. Okay. Next bar, next channel. Okay, so these two, this one, and then a control shift to this one. Okay, lots of stuff here. Okay, lots of them there. This starts on bar 4. We know it starts on bar 1. Okay. I think that kick is also like pitched down in the game. Nice. Okay, that'll be pretty much all for that, and it's all I have for the drums on the first go. Let's see if there are any holes. It seems like something's definitely needs to be there, so let's see if I have any closed hi-hats there, because it seems like we're missing some closed hi-hat. Not here. Not there. Not there. Ooh, this might be. Let's see what this channel has to say. Not that channel. The other channel. Yeah, there's definitely some there. Let's see if I missed any more here. Let's see. Okay. Cool. So none of these are layered. That just means I forgot that channel. Okay, now it's pretty much gelling together. I think that's all we have. I'm missing a kick there, though, in this beginning of the second bar. Let's see where that happens. Not in these two channels. Oh, is that it? Ah, yes, there is a kick here. And of course, FL Studio is not going to put it in the place that I want it. I do think that maybe the root note of the kick is a G. Okay, but that seems like the drum line right there. Good, we got the drums down. So, what else remains in this song? That means we have everything for these first 8 bars. So let's go and put those first 8 bars together. Let's start with the bass. Then the drums. And then the synths. Piano. Actually, the piano should be on top because it's pretty high. And then the marimba. And then we need that crash. Then we use the manual fade out to create that fading. And then... Ooh, that's loud. Turn that way down. But I think I muted out all the other channels, so... Let's enable everything else. Okay, let's bring up the marimba higher, louder. And then the drums will undoubtedly repeat. And then we have another crash here, remember. But we also need tambourine in there. Okay, so the tambourine is gonna be pretty straightforward. I think it starts in this channel. Ah, but did I get that hi-hat there that's in the middle of the bar? I think I might have missed that one because I might have thought it was a... Yes, I did miss that one. I thought it was a tambourine, probably. Let's copy that one. Let's paste that here. Nice. It seems suspicious that sometimes there's a short hi-hat over the snare and sometimes there isn't. As well as being one here over the long hi-hat. That's even more suspicious. Oh, there's also another hi-hat over itself, I find really suspicious. I could also, a good way to tell where a pattern is coming from is by the color. So this one right here is which channel? 3. That means I know it's coming from the third pattern. Let me just say I have to check both of these because one of them is not lining up. This would be channel 3. And this is definitely there. Now let's check the other part, the other layer that's like doubled up. That one's channel 6. That's more likely to be the incorrect one. Unless they actually did it. Yeah, that one's in the wrong place because there's no note here. So I think that note is supposed to be in the next bar. Because here it looks like the same note. And so we shift C, select all the 6th ones. It seems more likely that it would be shifted. No, but actually, it still doesn't make a lot of sense because these are not, I don't think those are all channel 6. Looks like these are all channel 6, but there's some that aren't showing up right. Weird. So it seems like maybe I need to... I'm going to shift this up and mute it. And then I'm going to recopy channel 6. For the hi-hats. And that definitely was channel 6, right? Yeah. Okay, that ought to do it better. And you know what I think might have happened? I think the channel 6 might have gotten moved. Instead of starting here, I might have started it at the beginning. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, and if we move this... Yeah, that's what happened, pretty much. Okay, now everything else pretty much makes sense. If we look at the line from afar, the hi-hats seem more uniform. The only difference is that there's no hi-hat on the first kick. I think that's because of the crash being involved. So if we enable just the... Ah, interesting. Okay, so it's definitely like a pattern there. And none of them are interrupting the open hi-hat, which is what we want. Okay, perfect. Now, moving on to the tambourine. Pretty much it's going to be these two channels. First of which is here because the crash is there. Ah, and then here's... No, wait, that's just the first kick, not a hi-hat. The first one is a kick. Wait a second. Ah. Is this a kick? I heard a kick in there. It must be I have another channel enabled. Ah, yes, I do. Okay, so up to here, this is tambourines. Let's find first empty, call this tambourine. Go to the tambourine, and then put it there. And this tambourine, I have it set in the game. It seems like it's a chord. It's like two notes together, which is interestingly the same thing that Dave did in Donkey Kong Country. He put a chord on the tambourine, whereas so we just have it set to play a chord of like 5 notes below. whatever note you're playing. In the in Donkey Kong Country, it was a tritone. It was 600 notes. It was six notes instead of 5. But still, it's interesting that they both did the same thing, seemingly with the same instrument. You know. So I'm gonna put this. Actually, I should probably do this in the. I could just do this in the drum line. Probably be easier since they both have the sort of same. They're both doing the same time frame. Okay, so you have that, and then pretty much the rest of it is played by the other channel. Channel 8. And so we want to take this, and because it's an 8-bar loop, take this up to here. Pretty much like that. It looks like that repeats every 4 bars, interestingly enough. I guess they just didn't want to play it that much. Okay, so we'll do that, and we'll remove this track. And I think the pianos need to come down. Now the sweeps need to come up. Actually, I'll reset because that one's in Citrus, that's lower. And I think the tambourine can come down a little bit. Cool, so pretty much we have the first 8 bars. Now, and we have the basis for the song. We have all the drums and the bass, so that'll be repeated. And the marimba on the next part. So most of the work is done, most of the work is done right there. We just need whatever is playing next, which I do believe is, let's go back to the MIDI and let's play the melodic channels only. But let's start it on bar 9. So the part that leads here, which we're missing, is the flute. And I think there might be some flute playing here. Let's see. In the bass line. Something plays here in the bass line. I think it's the flute. Yes, it is. Okay, so, but starting on bar 9, well, we'll start with the bass, and we'll make sure that that goes on bar 14. But we have to start it in a new pattern in -9. That would be 14 minus 9, which is 5. That would start on bar 5. We'll copy those notes. Find verse empty, call it melody. Because I don't want to I don't think it'll be just the flute. The flute probably doesn't play over anything else. Put the flute here. And so this will go into starting on bar 5. So there. I think that's not, I don't know if that's the right place. What is it supposed to be on? No, that's the right place. It's on the 2. Okay. So, I don't know if this is the right octave. And it just plays the chiff. It's a really short note, which means that the instrument probably has release on it. Ah, it's the wrong octave too. I think it's supposed to be that octave. And it doesn't have a lot of release, it doesn't have that much. Probably less. Nice. Okay, so the next part of the flute Okay. First note. Looks like it's these far. If I hold shift and control, then... Okay, now it goes down here for some reason. I think there's two flute notes, and this is the bottom part. Like 2 layers of flute notes. Okay, and then there's these. Okay, perfect. So now, go to melody, and then we're going to start this on the very first note, very first instance, and we're going to go up 2 octaves. I think that's an octave too high, though. Nice. Okay, next channel. Okay, these are flutes, and so are these. Okay, and that's the loop for that. Let's see. Okay, so we head over to the flute and then paste that there. But FL Studio is going to put that in a weird place because my cursor is over there. I don't want, so now it's going to keep remembering where it pasted it before. And it's just going to completely ruin everything I've done. So what I want to do is go to bar and then shift and hold left so that it goes all the way over here. And control up, and it's a good thing that this starts on the it doesn't start at a weird time. It starts at the downbeat, otherwise this would never work. So now the loop is mostly complete, but it has some holes in it, and curiously enough this has no velocity changes. Maybe they sequenced it, or they just the note durations are random, so it seems like they might have just change the velocity in afterwards. Like just said, hey, no velocity variation or something like that. Okay, here's some flute notes. Okay, perfect. So this is on bar 10, which means that would be bar 2 of the pattern. Let me make sure to reset the cursor so that FL Studio doesn't do weird stuff again. Oh, it did weird stuff anyway. Whoops. Good thing the line starts on downbeat, or maybe it doesn't, because look at that. That's definitely some weird stuff. So FL Studio is it's just really bad with pasting. I'm pretty sure this starts here. Yes. And there's a missing note here. So let's see where this note would be. It would be a B note. See, and it has to be at this moment. Let's see where that would be. Not here. I can see it there, but it would be here. No, that's the synth. Ah, but wait a second. Not, it shouldn't be bar 5. It should be bar 5 plus 8. Means that it should be bar 13. There's a B there. That's a C. Interesting. I don't think there is any the flute there. It's not at the note I need. No, there's none. So it's either a C note or it's just not there. Unless, because this seems like, maybe I got the wrong note, because this seems like it shouldn't be here anyway. Let's see, this D sharp here. See if I got that wrong. Yeah, there shouldn't be one there. So that, I think, is just the wrong instrument. And this might even be just a, no, this is not a 4-bar, not a 4-bar thing. Okay, good. So let's put that here. Okay. Pretty good. Now if we move on to the next 8 bars, let's see. What do we have going on there? So then we have the piano returning. And we also have a melody played by the Sandman preset from the Way Station. And also, this channel is not going to show up. So yeah. But there's also a thing here. Oh, yes, that. So pretty much you have this part going on again. Let's see, let's insert one here because the melody is going to go here. And then we have this part again. And on top of that, the melody is going to continue. So then we need to go and grab the Sandman notes, which I think are in mostly 2 channels. It's just these 2 channels. So let's grab that. And let's also disable the other channels. Interesting. So you have two different repetitions, and I don't know if these are going to be different, and so yeah, this note is longer, so. And I want to make sure, let me isolate this channel for now, because I want to know if, like, what exactly. Not this note. Ah, this note here. Okay, so copy that, and then we'll go to melody. And then we'll add, oh, I think I actually have a preset. I should actually have a preset made here. Oh, don't do that. I guess I don't. So we'll go and add wave station. And I should have made a preset for the Sandman here because I don't remember which preset the Sandman is on the wave station. Let's see. I just have to look for it and then save it as a thing. Should say Sandman somewhere. But there's a lot of like ROMs and stuff for wave station, so. There's a lot of categories to look through. I just have to find the one that says Sandman. It would be nice if I could resize these, this interface here. Ah, screen size, here we go. Small. Let's go for medium. Yes, that would be better. And it looks like FL Studio is not going to scale that properly. Ah, here we go. I suppose it might be easier to look up, like, hey, just Google Wave Station Sandman, and then see, it'll give me the patch number. Guess not. Okay. Let's just keep on looking then. Can't believe I didn't save that one. Oh, here it is, Sandman. Lovely. Okay, so I want to save this preset into Glover. That way I don't have to go looking for it again. Okay. So we're going to put this in right under channel 5, the MIDI, and then paste this here. And then put that an octave up. And we want to... I want to raise that up a bit. It's low velocity, so it's going to come out low. Yeah, there we go. I do the volume multiplier up. Okay, so then we have another, the channel 4, which also contains lots of stuff from there. Actually, I'd like to give it some space from the drums. I'd like to put that up there. Ah, you have one note here. Okay, so we'll copy those notes, bring them to the melody. Go control up, and then we'll fit this to where it's supposed to go. And then there's one note missing here. I think that one note... Wait a second. Hold on. There's one note missing from that line now, and I think that was... I think I spotted the other channel that it was in, too. Actually, I didn't spot it. I don't know where that is. Let me see. If I can find the exact moment where that's supposed to be, then I can probably track it down. Let's see. It's supposed to be a D note, and it's going to occur right at that moment, except it's going to be plus... The bar is going to be plus 8 because 8 bars later. So 8 plus 15 is 23. I do. So I need to put this, the playhead, at the same point in the bar at 23. That means I'm looking for it, and I'm looking for a D note here, so it could be this one. Ah, here it is. Bingo. I spy something. This is what we need right here, exactly. Okay. There we go. Now, the other one that we need is one of those synths, and that is the vibrato lead. Now, the vibrato lead is pretty much, it looks like it's entirely stored here in one channel. Let's go and copy this line. And we're going to add the vibrato lead right under its respective MIDI channel. Go to melody. Then paste the notes into there. But I think that'll be, I'm pretty sure it's going to need to go up an octave. Nice. Nice. Whoa. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's good for that part. Let's see. I think that the volume on that, this thing can come down a little bit. And then we have some horns here, I remember. I also need some drums. And we probably need a crash there too. Okay. Now the next bar, the next set of 8 bars. Let's see what we've got going on. We'll need, I think, the bass. Oh yeah, I have the bass put in. Enable all the melodic channels again. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So let's see where those horns are occurring. Right here, in channel 2. Okay, so just those 3 notes so far. Let's copy those, and then we'll go to the melody pattern. Go into contact and paste that there. And then I'm going to send this to the next free available channel, which is Jubilee channel 5. And yeah, 5. So it's going to be one of those rock and roll horns. I don't know if it's 5 or 6, but it's one of those. I think it might be that one. Let's check out what 6 is. I think it's this one, actually. Let's see. It'll be more clear once we have the full line. That's probably it. Let's see. Now let's go to the next channel. Nice. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nice. Let's copy that and then go to melody. Okay, go up an octave and then okay, and then Alt C to change. Might be the other one that's actually the right actually the right patch. Let's see. Yeah, that one's it. Whoops. Okay, now let's go to the next channel here. Okay, nothing in there. Nothing there. Wait, so where's all the rest of the notes? If that's all the notes we have, then something must be out of place here, clearly. I think this is... So this might be gone, and this is just... Ah, that F is supposed to go here. Yeah, okay, and this just goes a full bar back from what? I think these are just half a bar out of place. Yeah, there we go. No. Nice. Ah, this part goes way over here. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so let's see, what do we have next? Oh, not there. Then we just have that that part again, sort of repeating a chorus. Okay. And isn't there, I don't know if it was just in the PS1 version, but isn't there supposed to be like another synth there? Oh, what's this here? Ah, there it is. Okay, good. Let's see. Let's go to synths and then. Okay, so we need kind of another synth here. Because this one's layered over. This one has the part that's supposed to be playing by itself at some point. So let's find first empty, call it synth 2. Let's call the other one synth 1. And this one's the sweep up variety. So in synth 2, pretty much just paste that entire line. And I don't think it's supposed to be that distorted. Okay, so I want this one on. Whoops, that's too loud. Now, the bass in that has to be a lot louder. Which I think I'm going to have, I might have to do through queuing. Yeah, probably gonna have to do that. So let's go give this a mixture track real quick. And then we will boost the bass. Okay. Okay, I think that filter or the distortion can be a little less powerful. There we go. Nice, okay. So let's throw that into the mix. And it would be probably in the piano line. Okay, and then we repeat this line as a chorus. What is happening there? What are you... Sometimes FL Studio just does stuff. I think I want less marimba. Okay, and then I think there's a chill out section. Meaning maybe only the bass and the drums. Yeah, I think it's just the drums, pretty much. They like to end their songs with like a chill out section, pretty much. I think the crash still is too loud. Cool. And I think I will repeat this one because this is, I think all the level themes were really long, but this one is short because you don't spend a lot of time on the menu. So I'll repeat this one twice. And then end it I'll probably end it here. And then probably end it there with that last final note from the melody. So we'll put the crash over that last final note. And then end the bass with that with its last note. Pick the drum, make the drums in there. See how that does. Nice. But the drums actually... Yeah, let's put the crash here on the last beat. Nice. Okay, very good. Now let's give everything a mixer track. The bass, yeah, let's leave that open. And then piano here, the marimba there. Let's put the other channel of the piano in the same mixer track, and then we'll give one to the horns as well. Then we go into the outs, set this one to be 3 and 4. Set this one to be 5 and 6. This one is 7 and 8. Okay, and then we'll go into contact, and we'll say basically that this is going to start on, well, the first one's going to go to 3, and we're going to move on from there, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Actually, I don't think we have a 7, or we have 1, 2, 3, 4 channels. That's fine. So we'll call this one bass. And this is the piano. And this one is the marimba. Okay, and then we have to give the sweep down track. Flute. So this one, let's call the Sandman. That sweep up is too loud. Okay, then let's give the snare. Hi-hat, and let's put both the hi-hats in the same one. Kick. And let's give the tambourine a track. Brought a lead. And crash. Let's call that crash, let's just call it crash. And let's also make a bus for reverb. And let's add to it TSAR1R. Make that about a hall level. And set it to 10% power. So let's give the crash reverb. Maybe the vibrato lead as well. Actually, the vibrato lead probably has its own in Citrus, so we'll just use that. And I think the tambourine as well. Nice. Let's give the flute reverb as well. And the marimba. And the, maybe not the piano. Definitely not the bass. Okay, let's solo the bass. And let's give it saturation. And let's turn it down because it's surpassing 6 at this point. And let's also give it chorus because it's very mono. Although, and some people do like their basses mono, I don't know about that. I like a little stereo even on the bass. Okay, and then the piano. Let's give that a little saturation. And let's give that a little bit of chorus too. Let's turn up the stereo for this one. And turn the power about halfway. And then... Actually, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let's turn it down even more. And let's... See, the thing is, for some reason FL Studio took away my stereo separation knob, so now I have to use stereo enhancer. Stereo separation. Yeah, stereo separation will do that one well. And then the marimba. And let's give this, the marimba saturation knob. And chorus as well, because it's very mono. Slow it down, then turn up the stereo. Turn it halfway. Okay, and then let's go for sweep down. Let's give that a little bit of saturation. Why is the rock and roll horns... Oh, the rock and roll horns are here. Whoops. Let's hold... grab a track, hold Alt, and push to the left a little bit. Okay, a little bit of saturation does that well. Okay, now for the rock and roll horns. Let's wait for them to come in. But first, I know I'm gonna want saturation on it. And let's go to where they happen. Nice. That's pretty much all I really need. Let's give it a little reverb too. Nice. And let's turn it down a bit because I feel like it's a little too loud. Okay, flute. Give that saturation. And cider. Nice. And let's do chorus because it's very mono. Let's also raise those highs because I want to hear that air coming from the flute. Nice. Now the Sandman. Mr. Sandman. Saturation. Let's see how far we can push that. And the flute as well. Maybe I'll push that a little more. Ah, that one's pushed pretty much all right. It is. Okay, this one definitely going to need saturation. Nice. Okay, let's give that a little bit of chorus as well. And a little bit of like slapback delay just because that sounds nice. And turn the level all the way down so we only get one, and then like diffuse it. Get a little bit of offset, and then turn the wet down. Let's give it a high pass. I think I like it better without diffusion anyway. Maybe a faster time. There we go. Okay, now the hi-hats, let's just call this not just the open one, so let's just call this hi-hat. Okay, saturation. And of course, chorus, or of chorus. Turn up the stereo and then turn this about halfway. And I think an exciter will do that good to bring out the little high-pitchedness. And I think I want a little bit of stereo enhancement on that. Although that might make too much phasing issue if I turn that high enough. Okay, the kick has to be about 6 dB, so we're gonna have to raise that way up. Stereo, saturation might help with that. Does help. You'll have to keep the volume pretty high though. I might want a little bit of slap back on that too. Ooh, that's an interesting effect. I don't want any. And put some. Maybe not so much for this. I think I might settle for just chorus. Nice. Okay, so saturation on the tambourine. And chorus. Nice. Okay, vibrato lead. Let's give that saturation. Turn this down a bit. Okay, crash. I think it's already plenty saturated. I think we just need chorus, really. Or maybe it actually does need saturation. Revitalize it a bit. Nice, that works. Is there an option to bring back that stereo separation thing? I guess not. Okay. So anyway, let's give it a Maximus. And let's limit the bass to about 6 dB. Limit the mids to 3 dB. Now the highs here are what's really killing us. We have a lot of high-pitched stuff. I think most of that is the tambourine, though. If we turn the highs down on the tambourine, we should be able to take care of most of the problem. Nope, still going. Let's see, the tambourine is actually not doing that. It's probably the hi-hats. Yep, it is. First of all, they're too loud. Second of all, I think they're just too loud, honestly. Yeah, that'll do it. Now, the highs on the snare might also be playing into that. There we go. Now the highs on the piano may also be contributing to that. Actually, we do in general need more mid-level stuff, like the flute. Okay. rock and roll horns can come in more. Let's also name them horns. Piano can come in a little bit, back in a bit. Let's turn down the highs on the marimba too. Ah, there's the Sandman is doing a lot of high pitch stuff. Nice. Much better. I think the rock and roll horns are doing a lot of high pitch stuff too. Nice. Very good. Okay, let's save that as main menu. I think also the snare feels washed out. Let's remove that. Yeah, that's better. I think also we need to boost the lows. The snare shouldn't go peak past 6 for sure. Nice. Nice. I'll call that done. Save that and export it. Okay. Actually, I have to do the naming for the... Let's play that some more. Say main menu. Mark Bandola. Or Rob Lord Mark Bandola. Nice. Okay, we'll call that done. Alright, y'all. Thanks for coming to the stream, and this will be Jam and Sam taking off. Until next time.